Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate?
Yes!
Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello, everybody. Michael Quarles with podcast number 92. Today we have the 5 questions sent in by investors who had a question and needed an answer. They sent it to support@bsffacademy.com. One more time, support@bsffacademy.com. Question number 1, my sales rep present an offer on my behalf. Do I need to be licensed to have other people making offers for me? I don't believe it's an issue for you, but it's an issue for them, since they are, if they're individuals, if they're not officers of your corporation or your partner, then they're acting as a real estate agent, which they need a license for. So they're violating the Department of Real Estate license laws. The easy way to do that, and again, I'm not an attorney, so seek out an attorney for exact advice. But the easy way to do that is to make them a vice president of your corporation or a partner. And other than that, you're good to go. Question number 2, what name has to be on the contract in the state of California? The 2 names that have to be on it is the name of the seller and the name of the buyer. So if you're asking what name should be the buyer's name, it should either be you, if you're buying it individually, your corporation if you're buying it corporately, or your LLC if you're putting it and buying it in the LLC. What name isn't on the contract is any doing business as, any DBA. So if you have a DBA, only your personal name should be on it because the DBA is just yourself. It's not an individual entity. So again, if it's just you, your name would go there. If it's a corporation, the corporate name would go there. If it's an LLC, the LLC name would go there. Question number 3, do you send postcards standard or first class and why? Yes, I send them both first class and standard. And the reason for it is the small postcards, the 4x6s or the 4x5.5s. Those qualify for lower rate first class postage than I would be able to buy using standard postage. However, anything over that size, so the 8.5 by 5.5 or the 6x9s or the 6x11s, the first class postage there would be the 49 cents, I believe, that they charge nowadays, or standard rate, which is considerably less. And so I want as many postcards as I can get on the streets as possible. I have found that all those standard postcards are a little bit slower from the postal perspective because we barcode all the postcards. They seem to travel fine. It's when we don't barcode something is when they get a little bit slower. So standard postcards are fine, and they're usually reserved for the larger pieces. The small pieces will be first class.
Thanks for listening to Buy, Sell, Fix, Flip. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through Yellow Letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started and get in touch at yellowletters.com.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Question number 4. I plan on doing a direct marketing campaign together with my brother and one other partner. We plan on sharing the call volume since we all work full-time jobs and will all be involved in the different aspects throughout the acquisition process. What name should we put on the marketing material? Should the material say, please call John, and then have someone pick up the phone and say, John is not available, this is Steve, how may I help you? The name that should go on the piece of material that's the direct mail piece is a name that's common and commonly understood. So, Michael is probably one of the best names to put on a mail piece. And if you're going to use a female's name, Mary is the best name for the female mail piece. You don't have to say Michael's not available or Mary's not available. You just say, hi, this is Tom or John or whoever you are. How may I help you? They're going to call and they're going to say, is Michael there? And you're going to say, no, Michael's not here at the moment. He is an employee of mine. How may I help you? And go fall forward from there. But the name on the card really doesn't matter. Keep it in mind, we answer the phone Alex. We don't have a single Alex here. You think about it that way. You can just become whoever you put on the postcard. And if you have an issue with that, I'm going to get you in on a secret here. There isn't a Jack in the Box, and Colonel Sanders isn't real, and Ronald McDonald's not real, but we use those names in marketing all the time. And that little lizard, I'm sure he's frustrated now that I called him a lizard because he's a gecko. He's not real either. So don't get all bent out of shape about using someone else's name and assuming the name and it is what it is, and fall forward. Question number 5. Is it possible to get phone numbers from ListSource or any other source? I plan on running a list of apartment building owners and would like to have the ability to cold call them. ListSource can give you the phone numbers, but I don't really think it's valuable at all. They're not going to give you the cell phone. That's the walking, talking phone that those people have. They may give you a business line or a landline someplace that the person is never at or never going to be at to answer the call. So it's kind of a wasted expense to buy that phone number. Send them a piece of mail when they call you, then you have an opportunity to talk to them. There was a time that I had 16 telemarketers that worked for me, and I cold called personally for a year. It's not the highest and best use of your time. There's other ways to have calls come in. It's only the highest and best use of your time if you don't have anything else to do and those no calls are coming in. If you need to call someone, call everybody that has yard sales and call everybody that has a car to sell and find sellers that way. But I wouldn't try to waste my money on buying a list of apartment owners because you're just not going to find the person because of the cell phone issue. Hey guys and gals, I have to make an announcement. I don't know if any of you have noticed yet, but soon you will notice that all of the daily deals have been removed from iTunes and the buysellfixflip.com site. They are now at the Academy site, which is bsffacademy.com. You can listen to them there. We have removed them again from iTunes and from the buysellfixflip.com podcast, and they're over at bsffacademy.com. Thanks so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.